Hey guys, welcome to Barcelona United. Welcome to another video. And today I have to be sincere with you guys, to be completely honest on what I think. For you to have some context, this is recorded before the game against Dortmund, against Borussia Dortmund, the Champions League in the Camp Nou on the Monday, the 25th of November. And if you want to keep this video to, keep a track of what I've said, if I was right or wrong, or maybe leave me completely on check in a couple months, years time, you can perfectly do so. But I will try to explain this following thing that I'm gonna say, because for me, the reality is that my wish for Barcelona, or at least what I see, that is the only thing that can make this team improve, is that Barcelona doesn't get past the group stage of the Champions League. I think that is the only way that Barcelona, and not only that, but collectively with that we don't win anything, not La Liga, not La Copa del Rey, that we have a horrendous year. I think that is the only way that Barcelona are going to be able to react. And furthermore, this season, specifically this season, I don't want Barcelona to win the treble. And some of you are going to be saying, you're not a true culé, you're not a true Barcelona fan, how can you be saying this kind of things? But hear me out. We had the opportunity to we're competing on all fronts in 2013-14 season. We were pretty close to winning La Liga, down to the last game, down to the last goal. We actually had a legal goal disallowed from Messi in that last game in La Liga against Atletico Madrid. Very unfortunate the way that we lost against Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey final, and a very close tie with Atletico Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Champions League in 2013-14. So we were there competing up to the end for all trophies. We got nothing at the end, but the thing is that that season with Tata Martino was similar to what we've been seeing, especially this season and the last season, from Ernesto Valverde and from the team itself. What we need is for everyone to be straight, because there's some people that still support Valverde, that still support the ball, that still believe in these players, and I just don't. I believe that having this continue for another season, it's just another year wasted. It's another year that we could change things and delay the inevitable. That is that the players are still going to get worse because they're still going to get older year by year. We're wasting the careers of the young Artur Dembélé. We're wasting so many potential great players that we have. We're wasting the last years of Lionel Messi. And we're doing it by not competing. And you might be saying, well, we could do all that without losing a trophy. Well, I want to ask you, wasn't last season bad enough for you? That, you would have, in a normal situation, we've seen Tottenham pull the trigger, we've seen Bayern Munich pull the trigger. We've seen multiple teams pull the trigger over the times for results way better than what we are right now. And they were able to pull the trigger in those situations, and we haven't. After the 4-0 against Liverpool and 3-0 against Roma. I just think that if we can make changes now, it would be the best situation. And why do I say this? Because I want the elections to be next year. And if this happens, I believe that there could be a powerful force that could move up the elections to 2020 in the summer 2020, and maybe we can start doing the proper changes. Maybe Laporta comes back as the president of Barcelona, or maybe someone else is going to be continuing the work of Johan Cruyff and his predecessor and his followers. I think that is the best way to act right now. And I want to remind you that we didn't win anything with Tata Martino. And what happened the season after that? We won the treble. We lose Enrique by playing magical football. It wasn't easy. We had to extend that, because those kind of players like your Piqués, your Messis, your Iniestas, your Xavi, your Busquets had already won a lot of things, and they were already going in that down, like, except Messi, they were all going like, attitude wise, they've won so much, they believe they didn't have to work as hard. But Luis Enrique was able to motivate them, to give them that willingness to work hard, to train to 100%, something that clearly is not going on right now. What does need to happen for this to come through? Barcelona especially cannot win tomorrow at the Camp Nou if they're not to go through to the Champions League. Because if they get a point, if they draw or lose against Dortmund tomorrow, then they have to win against Inter at their stadium, at the San Siro, and that will be a lot to ask from a team that we've seen away from home is not able to compete very well, that is very deficient in its capabilities, that is just not able to compete well. And why do I think that losing is going to make us win for the future? Because the thing is that with Valverde, with this idea that winning, that as long as we win, it's going to be fine. And the thing is that yes, winning is good, but I want to win not only this year, but I want to win next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. And for that to happen, we need to train at 100%. We need to be giving a lot of minutes to the youngsters, like your Dembélés, your Arthurs, your Frankie de Jongs. They need to be playing consistently, getting regular minutes, getting a lot of trust, so they're able to evolve into those world-class players that they're meant to be. If we're not doing any of that, and we are just delaying the inevitable, we're going to have players with 36 years old, 37, 38, 39, 40, and when that happens, those players are going to be on a terminal decline. They're not going to be able to compete for all titles. Then they'll leave on a free because no one is going to be able to buy them with those massive wages, and you're left with no money, with no squad, and your fan base has lowered because your performances have lowered. Why do you think Barcelona had to go to so many international trips this preseason, so many tours this preseason? Because probably seeing this decline from all these kind of like losses in Anfield, in Rome, has lowered our fan base. If you start losing, we've seen what happens. Manchester United start getting less followers. Milan fall into mid-table mediocrity. Inter, until Conte and Spalletti, they were achieving the top 4 was a success when it was a team that previously won a treble not so long ago. So we need to understand what is basically going on. Because the idea for me is that losing, it's fine, but it's the way that you lose. And I don't mean that you don't have to play brilliant football, but at least give me the effort, give me the feeling that you play giving 100%. That if they put two or three past you, that you competed well, that you were prepared for that night, that you were doing everything right and it was just a bad night, it was just a fluke. Because a fluke can happen. A fluke is a thing that's gonna happen it's gonna happen once every 10 times, once every season. And yes, maybe a bad timing to happen in a final, in a decisive moment of the season, but it's something that can happen. But when I see this game in and game out and game in and game out and week after week after week, then that's when I have to question, Is it okay to just win today, but give more excuses for this to keep going on over time? Because we're not able to maintain this success for the coming season. If you tell me that in the next 5 seasons you believe that Piqué, Messi, Suarez, Jordi Alba, Sergio Roberto, Rakitic, all of these players are gonna be able to compete at 100% with all of the other top teams in world football, then go ahead. You can sign that, and you'll be responsible for what's going on in the club. But if you don't believe that, then it's time to change. The project needs to keep going. We need to move forward, and it's basically what needs to happen. Like, I want to be able to watch a Champions League tie. I want to be able to watch a round of 16, a quarterfinals, semifinals. I want to be able to watch it relaxed, knowing that win or lose, we're gonna play at 100%. For example, the 2011-2012 season against Chelsea that we lost. Oh right, you lost, but you were better. You lost, but you generated a lot of chances, and they generated very little. It was just unlucky. Against Inter in 2009-2010, you lost, but you played better. You deserved to win, or at least you generated a lot of chances. It was just unlucky. But when you have the things like, and that they have been all straight one after the other, should tell you this team is not able to compete at the same rate that they were used to. Because when you have 4-0 in Paris, 4-0 in Turin, 4-0 in Rome, 4-0 in Liverpool, like, something needs to change. The players, the board, the coach. Like, when weird things like Victor Valdés is going on, though, you don't know why he properly left. That Avidal and Kluivert are saying these weird things about your youth players and your transfers and this and this and that. That you every single brilliant player that we bring into the club comes here, and after 1 or 2 months, they seem a shadow of themselves. Like, you signed Griezmann, and when I thought you signed Griezmann, I realistically was thinking, okay, so maybe you're signing Griezmann because you are sending Suarez to the bench, right? You're playing Dembélé because you have your 2 wingers with Messi and Dembélé, and you have Griezmann as the striker, right? Alright, that's what I was thinking. No, you are gonna play him on the wing, stick him on the wing. Suarez playing it all, even though that he's dragging himself. And what is the point about that? Like, if you wanted a winger, well, instead of signing Griezmann, who is a second striker, well, sign a winger. Like, I don't get it. If you wanted a winger, sign a winger. Sané was on the market. Sancho is pretty clearly on the market. Like, you had options to sign wingers, and you signed a second striker to play him in the wing? I don't get it. I really do not get it. I don't know what's going on. You signed Coutinho to be the new Iniesta, and all of a sudden, he's playing up top with Dembélé, competing with Dembélé, who was supposed to be the replacement of Neymar, but he's playing nowhere near as many minutes. As much as I can say that, how many games can you say that Dembélé has played full 90 minutes in a row? How many times can you say that he's played more than 3 to 5 games in a row, full 90 minutes? That's never happened, ever. I don't think that's ever happened. Due to some injury issues, but mainly because he's just not giving continuity. If between Dembélé, Suarez, and Messi, you have to go and substitute someone, make the easy substitution per game, it's always Dembélé. Dembélé is always that gets signal out. That day against Sport, we leave the game in the weekend, and they were saying, where was Dembélé? We're waiting for Dembélé. Dembélé was the best player in the pitch that day, or at least the best going forward. The only one that was trying things. Yes, Suarez was putting some intensity, but he didn't try as much. And Messi, okay, he tried to do some things, but when you play like crap, Messi cannot get the best out of himself. Griezmann, I couldn't see him. And it's not a thing about Griezmann anymore, or Messi, or Suarez, or Dembélé, because when you play bad, your individuals play worst. You cannot highlight, it's really hard to highlight individualities in a collective that plays really bad. Why do you think that when, for example, when Messi plays well, that means that Barcelona is playing well most of the time? One different thing is Messi playing well and Messi bailing out Valverde. That's a very different thing than Messi randomly just grabs the ball, does one of his magic tricks and puts a ball in the back of the net in top corner. And another is that Messi's playing well, that he's conducting a team, that the team is playing with a lot of intensity, that's running into the right spaces, that's pressing high up the pitch. I can tell you probably how many truly good games we've had under Ernesto Valverde. The first half against Valencia was pretty good. This season, I think the first half against Valencia was pretty good, and maybe the game against Eibar was pretty decent as well. Overall, in the Ernesto Valverde era, we had what? The 3-0 against Madrid. The first season, competitively, we were pretty good. We had that final against Sevilla, the 5-0 in the Copa del Rey. That was amazing. The 6-1 in the quarterfinals against Sevilla last season. That was pretty good. I would say the 5-1 against Madrid last season wasn't spectacular. It was just that Madrid was really bad, and we just destroyed them to bits. I think that's it. Like, what I can say, utterly good games, because I think we had a 8-2 battering of Huesca last season, and that wasn't particularly great. It's just that we have players that are much better than what the Huesca could offer. But other than that, that's all I can pick from 2.5 seasons of football. Do you think that's okay? Do you think that's okay to be... Well, I'm tired of just parking the bus against Betis, against Eibar, against Athletic Bilbao, Girona. Like, I want to stop. I don't want to be parking the bus against teams that... Because if I'm going to be parking the bus, that's the most basic concept in world football. That's the easiest thing to do. Parking, it's like setting up 2 lines of 4 with a 4-4-2 and parking the bus. That's the easiest tactic in world football. If we're going to be doing that, let's not pay millions and millions to a coach that's, I believe, the 4th or 3rd highest earner in world football. And let's not pay the highest wage of the squad in world football if we're going to be doing things like that. Because to do that, you can do better with paying less in players, in wages, for sure. We're paying so much in wages because we're supposed to have professionals that are going to play a selected way and they're going to play a proper way. If you're not going to do that, then I'm sorry, but you either have to go or you have to change this project and change it back to what it needs to be. And you have the base. You don't have to change much. I've done repetitive videos on what you have to change, and it's not much. Ideally, it's not much. Like, you can do pretty well. You have an amazing team already. You just have to make some changes here or there, and you'll be fine. Anyways, we done said and done. What do you think about what I said? Do you think that the only way that Barcelona can change is for them to be completely humiliated, or do you think that there is another way for the team to improve? Leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next one, Blaugranas.